Everyone will have understood that the happiness they aspire to lies in inner wealth. Rather than seeking out material possessions, they will focus on the quest for wisdom. Please watch on for our multi-part series on ancient predictions about our planet. Prophecy of the Golden Age, Part 85. The Rosicrucian Prophecies of Unity.
I'm Thomas, the alchemist. The friendly people of Wales, thank you for being a God-loving global citizen who truly cares about our world. Throughout the history of mankind, the divine messages are often shrouded in mystery. Prophets, messiahs, or whichever names you call them, are often persecuted and oppressed, their words obscured. But how do we distinguish the true from the false? To do so, one can only rely on the divine's guidance, and the truth will reveal itself to those who earnestly seek it. The prophecies of the Rosicrucian order tell us about major changes that we could look forward to as humanity evolves to a higher consciousness. As we continue to explore these predictions, we'll refer to some foresight remarks that Supreme Master Ching Hai has made on the same topics, as she illuminates the wise way for us to proceed to a better future.
A common language. From one country to another, all humans will come to speak the same language. It will not be one that exists today, like Esperanto. The future universal language will be a human creation and will express the desire for unity that will prevail between nations and individuals.
Recognizing the importance of communication in world affairs, Supreme Master Ching Hai has been an advocate of a universal language. Thus, she has for years encouraged our Multicultural Association members to learn English, as it had become the world's most global language to date, used in political negotiations, business and science, etc.
I wish that in the whole world we speak only one language, more convenient. I wrote a letter to the EU Parliament President. I said, in my humble opinion, it would have been much better if at least all the EU member nations learn one language, apart from their native language. Can you imagine if all the member nations speak just one language, easy to understand each other and quicker decision? We could preserve our culture and learn one extra language. We need it anyway. I wrote in my letter, we can vote openly to choose one language. So that's why I encourage all of you to study English, even though it's not voted as an official language in EU or any other union, but it's easier and it's more or less very universal. So we don't vote, we just learn English. How about that? Actually, language is not all that necessary. Love is the most necessary. But the thing is, if we could express love and opinions and our beauty through a universal language, it would be more peace, more harmony, and more love among mankind.
Global citizenship. As a result of ethnic, racial, and cultural mixing and international exchange, collective consciousness will eventually replace individual consciousness. Henceforth, human beings will truly begin to think and behave like global citizens.
我们不是台湾共鸣，我们不是英国共鸣，我们没有什么人的共鸣，我们是世界的共鸣。We should think in terms of a broader sense of universal brotherhood and not thinking in terms of our family, our country, our religions, our group, our continent even. It's time that people have to think in at least in the world, in the whole world sense, not in terms of country and border and tiny little corner of the globe anymore. Okay?
The world has never been as interconnected as it is today. As a well-travelled world citizen herself, Supreme Master Ching Hai has always taught us in our association and beyond to celebrate the diverse cultures and values of each people. This is notably reflected on Supreme Master Television. Master has also long been promoting open borders as the key to lasting peace and prosperity.
Any smart country would take in migrants and give them citizenship and all that, so their children can also have a good education and then contribute to the country. It's the same like every citizen, like native citizens. And then after a while they marry the native, etc., and then become half native and then full native. Well, who cares? The whole world is the global village anyway. The whole world is a home. There are different rooms, the German room, the England room, the Japanese rooms. Who cares what room? It all belongs to humanity. So if they change rooms and to make it better for that room, then it should be a very, very fortunate thing.
Migrants and refugees contribute to prosperity in various countries.
Since first arriving to Bendigo in Victoria, Australia in 2007, the Karen refugees from Myanmar have helped contribute $47.5 million to the town's economy and enhanced multiculturalism in the region.
In Australia, the median employee income of average migrant taxpayers during the fiscal year of 2016 to 2017 was more than $34,000, while skilled migrants had a median income of over $40,000. Both numbers are higher than the median income for all Australians, showing how strongly migrants contribute to the Australian economy.
Canada's commendable 1.5% economic growth in 2019 has been attributed to its 2% expansion of the labour force, mostly from immigration.
New arrivals to Germany help to take on new jobs where there is a shortage of native-born workers, thereby increasing the workforce. By May 2018, the number of employed refugees rose to 306,574, an increase of more than 100,000 individuals in 1 year. In Camini, Italy, the 280 local residents reported that their hospitality towards dozens of refugees from Africa and the Middle East was returned multifold, with increased sales for the shopkeepers and more jobs being created.
In 2015, Sweden took in more refugees per capita than any other European country. This helped to fuel the country's biggest economic boom in 5 years, with an impressive 4.5% increase in the economy in the fourth quarter of 2015. In Switzerland, migrant entrepreneurs contribute to 9.4% of overall employment.
The arrival of Syrian refugees' private capital and expertise accelerated business growth in countries such as Egypt, Jordan, and Turkey. Since 2011, Syrian refugees in Turkey have started over 6,000 businesses, creating job opportunities for both refugees and native-born workers.
In Uganda, where refugees are allowed to start their own businesses, the native population has also benefited with increased income and job opportunities.
So-called lesser-skilled immigrants in the U.S. have helped keep some industries alive, thus also helping native-born workers. For example, they have enabled the retail, agriculture, landscaping, and hotel sectors to expand, attract investment, and create middle-class jobs in management, design and engineering, marketing, etc. that employ native-born citizens.
Immigrants have been found to be twice as likely to start businesses as native-born people in the US and the UK. Nearly half of 2018's Fortune 100 companies were founded by immigrants.
Etc.
In the Bible it says, be kind to strangers, because you are also strangers in the land of Egypt. That was because when God was talking to Egyptian people. But this can be also broadened into the whole world, like you are also strangers. We are strangers in this earth, on this earth, in this world when we were born. So we should be kind to all strangers. This is our duties, to help each other.
Love ye, therefore, the stranger, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Holy Bible, Deuteronomy 10:19.
Awakened viewers, we'll return after a brief message. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. High-minded viewers, welcome back to our program. The Rosicrucian prophecies show us that humanity is heading towards a real globalization that is not just economic or political, but based on a profound spiritual awareness.
A single currency. The time will come when globalization will allow every nation to meet the economic needs of their fellow citizens and ensure their happiness on a practical level. By then, there will be a single world currency, which will not be used for speculation purposes, but will solely serve to sell and buy different goods. Having money will no longer be an end in itself.
In some of other more advanced society in the universe, you don't have to work for a living. Everywhere they would have like a common kitchen, a common store where everyone can exchange their labor, exchange their work, their craft for the goods that they need. And each one just contribute his talent or his ability to society. Not for the money, but for the pleasure of it, for the honor of contribution. And money doesn't exist in those society because they don't need any. You're always provided whatever you need. It is an entirely different system, and people are happier like that. Maybe in the future, our planet would be in such an environment. You see, our planet is not ready yet for this system. It's not the system, this or that. It's the people. The concept of the society have to change first. I have seen in other planets, only the people who are more evolved, or the concept has evolved in that direction, more like a community, global community direction, more spiritually. Then they would use that exchange system with no money. And they are vegetarian, relaxed, happy, and light conscience, yes. So many of these civilizations are much more advanced than we are, even spiritually, even technology, mainly because they have developed morally and spiritually to a higher level than ours.
Everyone will have understood that the happiness they aspire to lies in inner wealth. Rather than seeking out material possessions, they will focus on the quest for wisdom.
And there is such things, wonderful things, inside the chamber of our soul that no worldly things could equal. And nothing of this world can bring such happiness to us as when we discover our true greatness. Because if we do not know our enlightened nature, we always crave for something that will bring us happiness, or we think they will bring us happiness. Therefore, we become sometimes ambitious, seeking fame and name, seeking properties, seeking beauty, seeking ephemeral love, etc., thinking that these will bring us happiness, until we realize that these only breed sorrow most of the time. Only when we are truly enlightened, then we can enjoy anything. We have no desire for material greatness. But that doesn't mean that we do not strive to work for the society, and that we do not try our best to fulfill our obligation as a citizen of the world. we do. We do. All the same, we do more effectively and with our willingness to contribute our part to the whole world.
I feel a lot more fulfilled inside, and also find it easier to deal with everyday problems and also with desires and worries.
I feel much more peace and love and unity.
People are amazed when I tell them that I've been out of work since October the 19th. And Master, I want to tell you, I have never been happier in my life.
Yes.
You take such good care of me. See, for me, it's not the money thing. It's where you put your faith and where your priorities are. And the priorities for me, I know without a doubt, yes, my soul is the number one priority. I just want to tell you, Master, that what you've given me is priceless, and I want to thank you.
No, thank you so much. It's all yours. It's all yours.
Much.
Etc.
A universal religion. Religions, which we respect for the best they have to offer believers in order to live their faith, will gradually disappear and give rise to a universal religion that will teach the esoteric principles that are known today by too few initiates.
Throughout history, the universal religion, which is the way of God realization, has been taught only to a modest number of spiritual practitioners at a time. However, this is now changing as Supreme Master Ching Hai has been offering initiation into the universal Kuan Yin method with an unprecedented openness. And for this, our world is the most fortunate and blessed.
I was initiated by a master by the name of Swami Sant Seviji back in the early 2000s. He's passed on now, but he's from the Maharishi Mehi branch of the Sants. And that is a very obscure path. And there's only like about 5 people in the United States that follow this particular branch of Santman.
Most of the time on this planet, there has never been such a big and wide and broad teaching like this time. Mostly the teaching just a region or some maybe a couple of hundreds of thousands of disciples, for example, but never the whole world like this.
Thank you, spiritual viewers, for joining us today.